Welcome to Between the Reads, where we shine a spotlight on some of the most talented Black authors in the industry to discuss their works of fiction and the inspirations behind them. Each episode will dive into the rich and diverse world of literature, exploring everything from historical fiction to romance and speculative fiction to YA and beyond. Tune in as we celebrate the voices of Black authors and the power of storytelling. Are you ready, Boos and Bros? Then sit back, relax, and let's get to it. Hi, y'all. Welcome to Between the Reads. This is the first solo episode that I am doing to give y'all some updates on what is going on with Between the Reads. And I might do some updates like this in the future, but for now, this is the first solo episode. See, without having somebody here to talk to, I almost don't even know what to say. So, first things first. I think I'm going to post this today. I normally post on Tuesdays, but Tuesday is going to be a busy day. So, I'm going to post this today. So, big things happening with me and with Between the Reads. First of all, tomorrow, August 29th, is my birthday. Woo-hoo! And I have been celebrating all weekend. Had my annual crab feast with my family that I do every year. And 6 days later, September 4th, is my 24th wedding anniversary with my husband. So yay, doing a lot of celebrating. And I love it because this year, Labor Day falls on our anniversary, so he will have off from work so we can hang out. Okay, so there have been some developments with Between the Reads, and I wanted to share them all with you. So, first thing up is Blacktober Reads. You know, I do that every year during the month of October to feature Black horror authors. This year, I am doing something a little bit different. Instead of just having graphics on the page, well, let me back up. So for Blacktober Reads, for those that don't know, what I do is all month long, I have interviews on the show featuring Black horror authors. But then every single day on my Instagram page, I feature a different book by Black horror writers. So this year, I thought I would shake things up. And I'm giving Black horror authors the opportunity to come in the studio with me and record a 1-minute snippet of them reading, their book. So if you are a Black horror author or you know a Black horror author, indie or traditionally published, and y'all know I ride hard for the indies, let them know to get in touch with me. And I'll send them some information and we'll set up a time to record. So authors, pick your favorite book that you want to read or a new book that you have. Y'all, my earbuds are falling out on me. This is crazy. Pick your favorite book or a book that you may want to get more publicity. Can't talk, y'all. Publicity for that maybe isn't getting as much shine as some of your other books, or a new book, whatever you want. Pick out a segment of your book that you love. Practice reading it before you come on the show, and then I will record you reading a 1-minute snippet, and I'm going to put that on my Instagram page. Yeah. So it's going to be pretty neat. So contact me for more information. Y'all can hit me up on my website, betweenthereads.com. Inquire through the contact page. Hit me up in my DMs, whatever you want. Give me your email and I'll send you more information and a link to book your time slot on Calendly. Okay? So, next thing up, tomorrow, August 29th. Woohoo! My birthday. And it is the book launch for We Are Dying Gods by my good friend Chelsea Lockhart. And if y'all listen to my show, you know that she comes on and she does rants and rambles with me every month. She's also been on as an author guest. She talked about We Are the Origin. We talked about her other book, Keeping Promises. So she is having her book launch tomorrow. It is live streaming. Yes, on YouTube. So go to Written in Melanin on YouTube. And I'm pretty sure she already has the link for it up so that you can click it and get a notification reminder. So We Are Dying Gods. I am almost done reading it. It is amazing. I'm going to be asking her some questions on her channel about it. She's also coming on the show in September to talk about We Are Dying Gods. So book launch for Chelsea. Happy, happy book launch day to you, Chelsea. I cannot wait to speak to you tomorrow and to celebrate this day with you. And yes, y'all, it's coming out on my birthday. And the going thing is she'll never release a book on somebody's birthday again, because back when she asked months and months ago, she said, I don't know what day I should release this. And I said, my birthday, August 29th. I was like sort of joking. And when she saw that my birthday fell on Tuesday this year, she was like, okay, let's do it. So but then she was stressed because she had this hard, fast deadline. And so she had, it was stressful for her. I'm sorry, Chelsea, but I'm not sorry, because the book is amazing. The book is amazing. And right now I'm at the point where I hate Freya. And I'm mad that you make me hate Freya, because I kind of liked Freya. And you're making me feel sorry for Sarah, even though I still can't stand Sarah. And if y'all want to know what I'm talking about, you need to get the book. But you need to get We Are the Origin. If you have not read that book, you need to get that one and read it first, because if you don't, you will be lost with We Are Dying Gods. You must read one. It is We Are Dying Gods is not a standalone. You will be lost. So get We Are the Origin, We Are Dying Gods. Get them both. Go to cmlockhart.com and you can buy the books directly from her. You can get them on Amazon or whatever, but you know how I am with the indie authors. When you can put the money directly in their pocket and they get all the money, that is always the best thing. So go to cmlockhart.com and get your books from her, please. And thank you. So next up, you know, every day this year I started something new. On the last day of every month, I do Rants and Rambles with Chelsea. And this Rants and Rambles will mark the 150th episode for Between the Reads. Y'all, I cannot believe that I'm up to 150 episodes. When I started this podcast in 2020, I had no idea who would listen. I had no idea if authors would want to come on my platform. I had no idea about any of it. I just knew that I wanted to give Black indie authors a space to talk about their books, because they really don't get a lot of shine, because people still have that stigma around being self-published. And so I wanted to give them a place to talk about their books. But I didn't just limit it to Black indie authors. I also do traditionally published authors. And I would say I have a pretty good balance between indie and traditionally published authors. I just had no idea that I would be here 3 years later, that Black Indie Author Week would come out of this, that Blacktober Reads would come out of this. I just had no idea. And I'm just so tickled that I'm doing my 150th episode. And I'm just so happy that it falls on the Rants and Rambles episode, which is also the reason why I'm doing this episode, because I was supposed to record an episode last week, but the author did not submit their information and the show got canceled. So I was like, I need an episode because I need my Rants and Rambles to be my 150th episode. So here I am doing this so that my Rants and Rambles will be my 150th episode. I will be recording that on Wednesday. It will be posting on Thursday, the 31st. So you are getting 2 episodes in 1 week. So that's happening. 150 episodes, y'all. And a week or so ago, I hit 10,000 downloads, which is wonderful for me. I know some podcasts out here get 10,000 downloads a week, and that's great for you. But for me, the range is so weird, y'all. I get between 40 and 250 episodes a week. I don't know what makes those numbers jump like that, but most times I'm pretty consistently getting 100 to 200. Sometimes I get as low as 40. I don't know why. Don't ask me why. The only reason I even pay attention to those numbers is because Buzzsprout sends me a weekly update every Monday letting me know how many downloads I got that week. So to be here to celebrate 150 episodes, 10,000 downloads, big deal. thank you, thank you, thank you to everyone out there who is listening and downloading. I looked at my stats the other day. I've got people listening in Africa. Hello to the motherland. I've got my largest audience here in the United States, people in San Diego and Philadelphia and New York, all over, but those are the biggest ones. Thank you, all of you. I see you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And to everyone else all over the world that's listening, thank you so much. Continue to listen. If you have things that you want me to, books that you want me to talk about specifically on the show, you want me to have authors on, hey, go to betweenthereads.com, send me an email. Let me know who you want to see. Send me an email letting me know what you like about the show, what you don't like about the show. But I'm thankful that you're here. I'm thankful that you've been on this journey with me. I'm really, really excited. Okay. My studio. So you know that if you've been listening to the podcast, you know that I did my studio campaign, my shed studio campaign. And it was originally for $50,000. That didn't work. I did get $1,500, which I did use to do the first part of the whole process, which is I sacrificed my garden cage, tearing that down and getting all of the area where I used to do my farming ready. I still farm, for those who are listening that know I farm, but I have just smaller raised beds on the other side of the yard. So I took that money that I raised, had a professional person come in, landscaper come in and take down that whole garden, and it was a whole process, and get the land ready and all of that. I could not afford that because I didn't raise the money. I couldn't afford the studio that I wanted. But then I was on my email, and Wayfair sent me this email, and there's a shed that looks exactly like the one that I wanted from the studio place that I was going to order from. But it's only $2,500. And you can build it yourself. It comes with everything already pre-cut. Or you can have somebody put it together for you. You can pay the extra fee to have somebody put it together for you. My husband and he said that he would build it with me. Since it's only $2,500, I am going to go with that option. So I have been putting my Patreons, well, at least half of my Patreon away, because I leave part of my Patreon in my business checking account to cover some of the cost of all my subscriptions, because my subscriptions to run this podcast run me about $100 a month. I only get $50 in my Patreon, so I take $25 and put it towards that $100, and I take the other $25 and I put it in my savings account. So you can imagine it's taking a while, but it's little chunks add up. So once I have the $2,500 saved up, I'm going to go ahead and get this shed from Wayfair and put it together and get my studio going. So I am also in the process of looking for grants for podcasters. I've applied again to the Amber grant this year and during the month of October, the theme is creatives. So hopefully I will win the October one. I didn't win the Amber grant last year, and it's a really cool grant. Once you apply once, you get considered every month. So hopefully I will be considered for that. Hopefully I'll win. If I do, then that will cover the shed and all the stuff that I need to do, like run electricity to it and all that. So I'm still looking for grants. If you all want to support me, you can go to patreon.com/betweenthereads. You can do a recurring monthly donation. If you don't want to do that, you just want to do a one-time, you could go to I don't know if they pronounce it Ko-Fi or coffee. I think they pronounce it coffee because it says buy me a coffee. But you can go to ko-fi.com/betweenthereads podcast, I think. I'm going to look that up while I'm sitting here with y'all because I don't want to give y'all the wrong thing. So, Ko-Fi is it that one? No. Okay. So, I'm going to search for my name. I'm doing like DL does. She'll be sitting there talking in her podcast, and she will look stuff right up while she's talking. So I'm going to log into my profile. Okay, yes, so it's ko-fi.com/Between the Reads podcast. So you can go there, and even though it says $3, y'all, that's like the little amount that they put in there. Listen, you can put any amount you want in there. So if you want to support my podcast, I hate the way this thing does. If you want to support my podcast, go to Ko-Fi and do it. So ko-fi.com/Between the Reads podcast. I will put the link in the description, the show description. So you can go there, you click on, you can donate however much you want. Because I really want to get in there, y'all, because the closet, I'm grateful for it. I started with what I had, but I got to get out of this closet, y'all. I got to get out of this closet. Okay, so what is next? Oh, I had an interview with Novel Creature Network with Montrez, who has been on my show. She has a book called Errant, a series called Errant series, and I had her on to talk about the first book in that series, Errant. She's a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful author, an amazing human being, and she started a new YouTube channel called the Novel Creature Network, and it's for blurreds. So, and if you don't know, those are black nerds, black geeky people, and creatives. And she invited me onto the space, and I was just absolutely honored to be on it. And it was a fun interview. I'm used to being the interviewer, not the interviewee. And I really need to do more interviews. I need to get out there and let more people know about the podcast so that the podcast can grow. Because why? Because the more people that are listening, the more exposure I get for Black authors. And that is the whole reason why I do what I do. Because I want everybody to know Black authors. We are out here in every genre. We are doing what we are doing in every genre. And doing it well. So you can go to betweenthereads.com. You can look at my blog, click on the blog for Between the Reads, and you can see the article that I wrote there talking about the interview. And there's a link to the interview, and it's still up on YouTube, so you can replay it and listen to it. And while you're there, like the video, subscribe to her channel. She's got a lot of amazing blurreds and creatives that she talks to. Support her. Okay. Next, I am going to be on the Sip and Tea podcast in September, which I found out about this podcast while I was being interviewed for the Novel Creature Network. She extended an invitation right there on the show live. You know how it was StreamYard, so she just submitted the question, and of course I said yes. So that's going to be September 30th, I believe, is when I record. I don't know when she will air it. I think she said she's airing it in October. So I will let you know once it's up. I will post about it on Instagram. I'll post about it on my blog so that you can catch that. That's really cool. And December is going to be Black Graphic Novel Month, which is an idea that came out of being interviewed by Montrez and the Novel Creature Network. So I put up a post already, but I'm telling you now, if you have Black author friends who write graphic novels, comic books, please let them know that I am looking for 4 authors to interview for the month of December. And I am also looking for 31 authors to feature on my Instagram page, because it's kind of like Blacktober Reads, but it's for graphic novels. And I'm going to post one every day in the month of December, post a book on my page. So if you know Black comic book writers, Black graphic novel writers, please let them know about this. Please tell them to get in contact with me, because I need 31 books to display on my Instagram page for the month of December. And I need 4 authors to interview on the show in December. So, and please, y'all, make sure these are quality, not people who... Listen, there is a stigma about indie authors, okay? And in some ways that was well deserved, because you have some people that just go and rush and publish a book without editing, without formatting, without doing the proper things. Please make sure that any authors that you refer to me for any reason, whether it's graphic novel month, Blacktober Reads, whatever, just make sure that the stuff is on point, because I am out here to prove to the world that Black indie authors are amazing and that their books are just as good, if not most times better, than traditionally published books. So just keep that in mind when you're referring people to me, okay? And I'm trying to think. I think that is it, y'all. So 19 minutes in. Lots of great stuff going on. My birthday is tomorrow. We Are Dying Gods book launch is tomorrow. I will put the link for the show for that in the show notes as well, because I believe she already has it posted. I will also put a link to it in my bio on my Instagram page. Black Graphic Novels Month is in December. 150th episode records on Wednesday, airs on Thursday. And that's it, y'all. So, I don't have a quote for you. I will say this. If you have a dream, whatever that dream is, start where you are. You don't have to, it doesn't have to be perfect. You don't have to have a lot of money. You don't have to have all the things to start it. When I started this podcast, I was in this closet. I did not have this behind me. I did not have this poster. I was sitting on the floor with my laptop on some shoeboxes, and it was an only audio podcast. There was no video at the time. I did not start video until this year. It's been so long. No, last year. So I didn't start video until 2023. For 2020, 2021, 2022, there was no video. I sat on the floor in this closet with my laptop on some shoeboxes and had a microphone, this microphone, and I started. And now I've got a desk in here and a light, and I've put posters up, and I put a little shade behind me, and have a new logo and put that on there. So it's growing, and I'm trying to grow into a studio. So start where you are with what you have and grow from there. Don't worry about mistakes. Don't worry about it's not good enough. Don't compare yourself to other people, because you can't fix what you don't start. So that's my message for you. You can't fix what you don't start. So start where you are with what you have. And don't look back. Don't be ashamed of what you're doing now, or look back on it and be ashamed, because you know what? That's part of your process. That's part of your growth. And that allowed you to get to this. So me on the floor in this closet on some shoeboxes has allowed me to get to this, to a desk, to 150 episodes, to 10,000 downloads. And this is going to now allow me to take that next step of speaking it into existence, to being in my own studio in my backyard. So start where you are with what you have. Do it now. Don't say tomorrow, because tomorrow's not promised. I promise you that. You should know that. I don't want to end this on a negative note, but my husband and I, our barber, the shop that we go to, the barber that sat across from him, Brandon, he was an excellent barber. He cut my son's hair, passed away. He was in his 30s, I think. He was supposed to come to work. Nobody could reach him. They found him dead in his apartment. So tomorrow's not promised. So whatever it is that you want to do it. And this is all for this episode of Between the Reads, episode 149. 150 is coming on Thursday, y'all. Woohoo! And if you are a regular listener and you would like to sit in on the virtual audience of the 150th episode, send me an email and I will add you to the virtual audience. You won't be on camera. You'll just be able to chat real time while I'm recording. So that's it, y'all. Until next time, you know what to do. Grab a book and read. And I'm out. Thank you for lending me your ear today. If you've enjoyed this independent podcast, you can help me continue to shine the light on Black authors and their stories by becoming a patron at patreon.com/betweenthereads or by giving a one-time gift at www.ko-fi.com/betweenthereadspodcast. That's ko-fi.com/betweenthereadspodcast. Tune in next time for another great episode.